Hi, welcome to the DeepBlu podcast. This is episode 102.
Yes.
And I'm Jimmy. This is
Dalton.
And we're here to cover some of the most frequently asked questions that we get from clients.
And we do get a lot of them.
Yes, we do. What's the first question?
Well, first question for today is, how do I access the music profile and song list?
The music profile meaning what?
How do people get access to their profile through our planner?
Oh, that you're referring to the event planner.
The event planner.
That everybody gets when they sign up.
Yes.
Right. Once your date is booked, a little backstory. Once your date is booked, you get access to an online event planner where you can pick out your songs, all your wedding details and all that, and you get access by a username and password that everybody gets when they sign up. And it's normally your email address and the date of your wedding, but you can choose your password if you want to. It can always be whatever you want. And that's how they access that.
Absolutely. All right, the next question I get a lot is, how much music can we play in an evening?
That's a good one. You mean throughout the entire evening, from beginning to end, right?
From the time that the reception starts to the time that they exit.
I haven't done the math lately, but if you figure, just say 3 minutes per song, I think it's 65 to 70 songs in a 4-hour period, something like that.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, keep in mind music's playing the whole time. So if you start from cocktail music when guests are arriving at the reception to the end, it's about 65 or 70 songs, something like that.
All right.
That math may be totally off, but I don't know. Calculator app. Anyway, we'll figure that out later.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If we have a live performer, is there a way for them to plug into our system?
You can answer that one because you recently did a wedding with a live performer.
I did. Absolutely. What we do is we'll hook them straight into our mixing board, just plug it straight in, and the sound will go straight out to our sound system. It is very simple. All we do is just a simple sound check, and it's ready to go.
Would you recommend musicians bringing their own sound equipment?
Yes. Always have backups.
That's a good way to put that. I was going to say no, but the backup thing is really good.
I am the world's biggest, this has to be perfect. Mm-hmm. The second that something isn't there, we need it.
Right.
It's just, I'd rather have too much equipment and not need it than not enough equipment and need it.
Right. Well, there are a couple ways to look at this. First of all, we always have backup equipment.
Always.
So the musician doesn't have to bring their own backup equipment because we have our own backup equipment. But I did an event at 409 South Main. The guitar player liked a certain tone of his guitar. So plugging directly into our system, I mean, we can give effects like reverb and delay and things like that. But this guy liked the tone that his guitar amp gave him on his guitar.
Oh.
So he plugged his guitar up, and then I just lined out from his guitar amp into the system. So that way he had his tone. And the big thing about us using our own sound equipment is because if we're on the microphone, our voice is coming out of our sound system. If a vocalist is singing, obviously that microphone is being used through our sound system, so it's coming out of our sound system. So it's not a good idea to have a guitar amp over here and a sound system over there. It's better if it all comes out of one sound system. But yeah, I agree. I would always say no, don't bring your own equipment, but if you like your guitar tone or if you like the way your keyboard amp makes your vocals sound, yeah, bring your own equipment. But yeah, I like the backup thing.
Everybody has a specific way that they like things to sound, and that's incredibly prevalent in almost everything.
Yep.
And I know I have a certain way I like the system to sound. I know you have your way you like the system to sound. We're going to work with everybody as much as we possibly can to make sure that everything sounds as best as it possibly can.
Right. And if that means bringing your own equipment, so be it.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right. Do we carry extra mics for the minister or anyone that wants to make a speech?
Yes. If someone wants to give a speech or a toast, they're welcome to use the microphone that we use to make announcements. The minister always has a microphone. I'm glad you brought that up because we get asked that a lot from wedding planners, clients, mothers of the bride, things like that. If you secure the ceremony component with our package, the minister always gets a microphone. Always, 100% of the time. That package also includes any extra microphones that you need up into a certain number of microphones. We can only run so many in our mixing board, but Yes, minister always gets a microphone, and you get extra microphones as well for the ceremony and the reception, just depending on what your package calls for. Yeah.
Now, one thing that I've done recently is that I've had the lab for the minister, and I've had speakers in a different spot of the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
So we do run a separate mic for them.
Mm-hmm.
If we've got somebody playing a guitar or keyboard, we got extra hookups for them.
Mm-hmm.
We can make anything happen.
Right. And the kicker is we don't charge for extra microphones.
We do not. Will we be making announcements throughout the night?
You can answer that one.
Yes. Always. Always, always. Any announcement that needs to be made, we will be making those announcements throughout the night. We are your MC, we are your DJ, we are everything you need us to be.
Right.
We can... The second that you're ready to cut cake, I will stop everything. Hey, they're ready to cut the cake. Now start the cake music up. And it's, oh, this person wants to make a toast. Here we go. And
yes. And I've heard it before, I know you have, where clients will say something like, I went to a wedding and it was horrible because nobody knew what was going on.
Right.
The next obvious question is, did the DJ make any announcements? And the answer is always no.
Always.
I don't get that, and that's fine if that's the way you swerve, but the way we look at it, if there's a formality happening, a formality being the first dance, cake cutting, toast, whatever, we'll make an announcement for that. Sometimes you have to make it 2 or 3 times because people aren't listening. You know, they're eating or they're talking amongst themselves. But
well, I'll do my best to get everybody's attention before I make an announcement. Try and just get the noise down in the room. Just, hey, if I can have your attention real quick. It kind of dies down. But all right, now that I've got your attention, dinner's open, cake cutting's happening, toasts are being made.
right.
Here comes the bride and groom. We make sure that everyone knows everything that is going on at all times.
All times. Every second of the night. We don't want anybody to get lost in the shuffle because there's a lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
You might have a photo booth, you might have other things happening or whatever, but if there's a formality happening, we have to we really want people to know what's going on.
Absolutely.
I mean, you got to know. You know?
Right.
But I hate the horror stories. Please don't let a bad experience at another wedding you've been to make you think that that's how we run a show, because that's not the proper way to do it.
Absolutely not. I strive to make sure that everyone is happy. Everyone. I don't want a single person leaving a party upset with me.
And they never have been.
Nope. I've got nothing but good reviews. You've got nothing but good reviews.
All of us have gotten great reviews.
Everybody gets great reviews.
Is that it?
Like we talked before. Yeah, I know we went through it kind of quick.
So if anybody has a question that you want us to answer, by the way, we've got lists of questions to answer so far, so we're good for another 4 or 5?
I've got another 4.
Okay. All right. So if you have any questions you want us to answer specifically to your event, send them to us. Email them at info@deepblu.net. That's info@deepblu.net. That's it for today, right?
That's it.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.